Okay.
All right, George. So tell us about your training history. Have you done much sports or anything in the past?
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to play footy.
Yep.
I was actually going pretty good at that, and then I had an injury. Yeah, I had an ankle injury, and then that put me out of football. And so, like, I was pretty active as a kid. Though, you know, life sort of took over, and eventually I just got really inactive. I got caught up in other stuff, and you know, ended up being a big guy. I've always been a big guy. I always say that I came out of my mum 100 kilos. You know, because that's all I remember about me. You know, just always been the biggest guy and heavy, like really heavy. And then I got really inactive. Then got married, had kids, and couldn't buy any kind of fitness or health or looking after myself. I always put everyone else before me. So, yeah, that was your question.
And when did you start getting into the gym? Were you going to the gym throughout that, but it was sporadic? Or?
I always tried to go to the gym, but I wouldn't last because I always wanted to use my hands. That like instant gratification, like I want to look good and feel good straight away, and I couldn't get that. I could never get that. So, you know, I was definitely that guy that signed up in January and then never went in February. So, yeah. And then I started going this January was when I started, or November actually, from like the membership that I was paying for from the year before. And yeah, I haven't stopped really since. But I didn't see any progress for a long time. Because I was training, but I wasn't doing anything that was actually good for me.
Yeah. What would you do when you came into the gym then?
Oh, I'd walk, I do weight training, right? But I was never doing it right. But I didn't know. You know, this is the thing, like, it's funny how I always thought that I know what to do, you know, and I knew nothing. I knew nothing, you know. So, yeah, I was in the gym and I was training and I'd do like an hour session, but I wasn't doing anything productive.
Yeah.
At the time, I thought that.
Yeah, interesting. And how many times a week would you go?
I was going like 5 days, and I was doing kickboxing as well, 4 days a week.
Wow.
And I was walking a lot. And really, I was exhausted, but at that point I was so adamant for change, you know. But I wasn't getting it, and I was really starting to lose hope. Yeah, I was really starting to lose hope.
So just seeing no progress, but doing heaps. Yeah.
I wasn't losing weight. I wasn't seeing a change in my body. Like, the only thing it was doing good for me was like my mental health. Like I felt like I was doing something for myself, even though there wasn't much change. It was sort of like, okay, I start to feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah.
I just wasn't getting anywhere.
And how about food? Were you eating much then?
No, I was eating nothing.
Like a carrot a day?
Nothing. Like, and I thought that was the right thing to do. Like, it's like, okay, because they always said like calorie deficit is good. So yeah, I was eating like nothing, and still lost nothing. It was weird.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I was starting to lose faith. Like I was losing hope. That that's it. I'm just a big guy, and it's not going to change.
And how did that make you feel?
Shit, really. When you don't see progress, like when you put so much effort into something and you're not seeing any progress, you start to feel like you're a failure. Or for me anyway, like I beat myself up very easily, and if I'm putting this work in and I see other people change, it's like I'm a loser and I'm a failure and I'm not going to get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So like it affects me, not just in my fitness but in my health, my mental health. Like, I'll give up on anything, you know, because all it takes is just that one little thing for me, and it makes me feel like I'm a failure across the board, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah. So how did you start training with Tats?
So I was on Stanley Street in the morning, and then I thought I'll go to the gym. I was in the city, and then I thought I'd go to the gym, and I walked into this gym in Hyde Park, and I was training back on the row machine, and Tats comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, you got strong arms." I was like, "Oh." Honestly, that's what I needed to hear at the time, because I was feeling so shit about myself. And then she's like, "Yeah, strong." I was like, "Thanks." She's like, "Yeah, but you're training back." Yeah. And then I was like, "Well, okay, you know, like." don't know what it was. It's just like she noticed me, you know, and then she was interested in what I was doing. And then at the time, it's like, I'm losing hope, and here's somebody who notices what I'm doing, and sort of, you know, she gave me a compliment, you know, and then she, you know, Tats started talking to me about training, and then next thing I know, I'm sitting in a room for 45 minutes, and we're getting like real personal about what's going on for me, and just for someone to have listened to me and empathise, just understand where I'm coming from, salt, you know, that's it. Like, I knew that this is the person that I want to help me. I needed help, and it's hard for me to accept help. And when someone makes me feel comfortable enough to be vulnerable enough to say, I need help, you know, you've got me. And then that's what happened. So, yeah, Tats just listened to me, and she does it. She does that today. She's like my best mate. Yeah.
That's great. So did you know what you were getting yourself into when you signed up?
Absolutely not. But it was good because she told me I could eat more.
Oh, good, yeah.
And I love food. So, you know, but it was funny, like, because everything I said that I'd done, I was doing. Tats is like, you're doing it so wrong. And for the first time, I'm waking up and saying, you know what, I don't know, you know, and here's the proof I don't know. And the moment I reached out for help, training got so much better. I got to eat food, I get to train, I'm enjoying myself today. My life's great. Life's great today. And it's definitely because of the help that Tats gave. It's like, just getting emotional. Yeah. She's a great chick. Stop there.
Sometimes.
Pain in the ass other times.
Yeah, exactly. Knows how to push the buttons. The right ones most of the time, sometimes the wrong.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. So paint us a picture of what you're doing now. So before you were training, well, you can say 10 times a week, so it was twice a day, if not.
Twice a day.
Eating very little.
Eating nothing.
Yeah.
I was always tired. My body was always in pain.
Yeah. And so now,
today, today I feel great, you know, like I give myself, like I'm not tired and I'm not in pain. I feel good. I look at myself today and actually say, I actually believe I look good. You know, in growing up and my whole life, it's always been like, you look absolutely amazing. I'm trying to tell myself that, but I don't believe it. Today I believe that I look good and that, you know, it's opened up so much doors for me. Like, anything's possible. If I can get this and I can, like, feel good about myself, which is something that I've never done in my life, then, you know, anything is possible for me.
That's an amazing shift in the mindset. That's really cool.
Big time. Big change.
So you're eating more, and then how many times a week are you training?
4 to 5.
4 to 5?
4 to 5. I'm eating 5 times as much or 4 times as much as what I ever ate in my life. Not just when I was restricting. I'm eating more now than I did when I was putting on weight. It's just that Tats gave me the knowledge that I need to know what foods I can eat and can eat together. And you know, there's nothing I can't eat. And I just got in, like, yesterday I ate Nutella.
Amazing.
Yeah, right?
Delicious.
My favourite.
Yeah.
And I don't have to beat myself up about it. I don't have to feel guilty about doing it either, you know, because as long as I'm doing all the other things right, then, you know, like, I can do whatever I want really and eat what I want. And that's the best thing about it. Like, ever since I started working with Tats. So I was training for like 3 months before I started training with Tats, and it was restricting, and I couldn't eat my favourite foods and all that, and I couldn't drop weight. I couldn't drop a kilo, and then I started training with Tats, and within the first 3 months I dropped almost 18 kilos.
Wow.
Yeah, 18 kilos, and now I'm up to 24 kilos, and I'm eating, and I feel good. I feel like my body is happy. And it's not fighting against me, it's working with me. I can do things today that I couldn't do before, especially in training. You know? I'm so much more flexible. I can climb out of my car without reaching for things, you know, I can use my legs.
Wow.
And that's a big thing for me.
That's awesome. And so what's the future plan? Got more weight to lose, or are we going to...
Yeah, there's still a lot more work to do. There's still so much more weight to lose, more size to put on. I'm glad I got the bigger sizes in the gym. Tats gets upset about that. You know what, like, there is no limit. I'm so open to whatever's coming tomorrow. I embrace it. and then, you know, instead of running away from whatever tomorrow has, I embrace whatever's coming. And I think it's a good thing, you know, being open like that, because I can, sky's the limit. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, final question, what do you think the biggest thing is that you've learnt through this process?
The biggest thing?
Yeah.
So many. It's okay to not know. That's one thing. That food, eating, like I need to eat. To be healthy, I need to eat. To be healthy, I need to eat. And rest. And like the most important thing is having a balance, you know. It's not about just train and see results. It's about balancing your training with your food and your rest and enjoying life and your mental health. Like if my head's shut, I can't train. You know, and so it's important that, like, it shows for me the importance of exercise and my mental health and how they work hand in hand. Can't have one without the other.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, George. Really appreciate you sharing your thoughts.
Thanks.